5, actually 6 o'clock. Daylight savings is today. I don't know how many people like daylight savings. I'm really not a big fan of it. I think they ought to just leave it how it is and go down the road, but that's life. Give me a thumbs up if you got good audio and good video, and then we'll continue with the situation. Until I see a thumbs up on that, we're just going to kind of talk randomly. We went hiking today. Hey, Tim, how you doing? Lisa, okay, I can't read the small writing. I'm 60 years old, so we can't do any commenting. All right, so we got sound, we got video. Good. Let's get on with our video. This is our weekly video. I'm trying to do a weekly video every week. Tonight, we aren't really going to learn anything. What we're going to do is we're going to do a couple walk-arounds. And one of the walk-arounds that I'm going to do is about greed. I know I hate to start my videos off with this, but today is Sunday. Today is the day of the Lord's Day. If you go to church, God bless you. If you don't go to church, God bless you. And if you are a person in need of any kind of stability toward yourself, and you're down in the dumps or down in the gutter, God bless you as well. I get a lot of people that email me telling me their issues and their problems, and I try to put them in my prayers throughout the week. So we're going to start off by saying God bless everybody out there. I do go to church at least on Sunday, and I also go to church, try to go to church when I can during the week. Now, Minnie, the Body Shop girl, she goes to church almost every day, except Saturday. And then on Fridays, we don't have church here. But the times that we're living in now, and we're going to go out in the shop in a minute. I just want to clear all this up. The times we're living in now are very, very, what can I say, depressing. Minnie went to the store the other day, and everything that she bought went up approximately between 10 and 20% in price. Everything. Right across the board. Gas prices are outrageous. I mean, you get on, let's just go ahead and say, for instance, Summit Racing, Jake's Automotive Parts, and you're looking for a part on there, and it says, out of stock for 6 months. Or it might say, 3 left. Be the last, one of the last few persons that can order this item now. And, you know, when the corporations start bringing all this in, and you're reading that, and you're seeing that, it subliminally gives you a message of the power of greed. The first thing I think of when I see all this going on, and you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. The first thing I think of is the movie The 10 Commandments, where they were all sitting and laying and orgiatizing themselves, and they were just having a big giant cesspool of hell and orginess and greediness and overpowering selfishness. That's what always comes into my mind when I think about what we're living in today. So I want to say a little prayer for everybody, that I pray and I hope that things will get better. We got a lot of lazy people out there that have taken this situation upon themselves to make it worse. There are so many jobs available. I don't know about other countries, but in the United States, that there are actually companies like mine that are going out of business because they can't do it. They're also going out of business, places like mine, because they found out that living off the government and sitting on their ass, they can make more money. They can make more money. Our society of tyranny and selfishness and greed has brought us to nothing but misery. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. I'm depressed. I'm disgusted with it. And I want to show you this. Here's a good example. When I show you this, I hope you're sitting down. I want everybody to, brace yourself when I show you this. And I'm going to go ahead and see if we can go ahead and get the camera turned around. And I want you to look at that picture right there. I don't know. I'm looking at the camera backwards. So this is 0.42 acre. 0.42 acre. It's not even a half an acre of land that we are looking at. And of course, it comes with water and electricity. $230,000 for 0.42 acre of dirt. Nothing but a big plot of desert sand. If that isn't greed, I don't know what is. I don't know. Do you see this picture right here? I took that picture. I took it out in Texas at a junkyard in Texas of this Etzel. I tried to sell my artwork at very reasonable prices, and I couldn't even give them away. People don't even want them for free. I can't even give them away. They don't want them. But you got scumbags and greedy, selfish, inconsiderate people like this guy that's selling less than a half an acre for $230,000. I'm sorry to say, drip paints, I'm not giving any away. I already tried that. It didn't work. So I'm not even doing any pictures. I'm not making any pictures. I ain't doing shit. I'm not making no more metal art. I ain't doing nothing. Due to the fact that nobody has any consideration or anything for the fact that it's a handmade item. I can actually, what you do, you advertise this shit. You put it on Craigslist, you put it on eBay, and you put it on all the places that it's available, that you can sell it. And you got these corporations like Hobby Lobby. They got hundreds of people that scour the internet for stuff like this. So I might sell that picture for $50, let's just say, okay? And this is printed on aluminum. It's printed on aluminum. It comes with a hanger, it comes with everything. It's a 6-inch by 24-inch or 36-inch, I don't remember what it is. So I could sell this for $45, let's just say $50. You got Hobby Lobby that scours the internet for items like this, and they say, let's go ahead, we're going to get China, we're going to contract China to make these, and we'll sell them for $10 a piece. And we'll only buy them for $1.27. That's what happens. I used to really do good with metal art. And then when I went over to Hobby Lobby, and I'm using them as an example, you walk in there and the stuff that you actually work your ass off to make, they got it sitting on the shelves for pennies on the dollar. So it's not even worth doing. I've been making a couple videos with a few hints here and there of the situation that we are in, America's in. We have put ourselves in this position. We have put ourselves in this position because we, the people, don't care anymore. We, the people, don't care because we let the corporations run over us. We let the corporations control the commodity and the market and the buying and purchasing and selling power that we possess in America. America will not make anything here anymore. Yet, we get this big giant country that damages not just America, but the whole world, and we're still friends with them, and we still buy stuff from them, and we got thousands of boats sitting in harbors full of commodities and goods, and they're controlling us. Like I said, if you get on JAGS, if you get on Summit, You're going to see out of stock till January 22nd, 2022. Out of stock. We'll be back in stock March. Order now to make sure you get yours March 2024. I mean, it's pathetic. And the only people that really care about it is people that have a conscience. People that literally will get off their ass and go to work like I do. I want to do a shout out for my buddy Darren, and I call him California Darren. He got in a minor car wreck. I guess he spun out. And on Tuesday, he broke his neck and didn't realize it. So he can't even lift his arms up. So he's all, jacked up, screwed around, and glued to the walls. And his nutsack is in between a fucking barn door hinge. So he's going to go have surgery. But another problem is that one of his loved ones that he has been with for 22 years has abandoned him. His loved one has abandoned him and left him out to dry and said, I don't give a fuck if you're dead or you're dying or you might be paralyzed. Who gives a shit? Another sign of greed. Another sign of selfishness. Another sign of, I don't give a fuck. So we want to do a shout out for our buddy California Darren, and we hope that his surgery goes good. And I'll be calling him on Wednesday to see how things are going. So we talked about that. Let me go ahead and tell you my situation real quick. I know it's none of your business, but I mean, this is vlog night. That's what this is basically. It's a vlog. I'm not going to get my tools out. I have a situation going on. I have a nerve in my face, and it goes from here all the way over to here. And there are times that it feels like somebody took this and put it in their hand like that and hit me as hard as they can with it and shattered my bones. This problem was very, very serious about, 4.5 years ago. It was so painful, I could not sleep at night, and I would cry myself to sleep. Now, I went to the doctors once on Obamacare. If anybody ever tried to deal with that, what a joke. I go to the primary doctor. He says, we'll get back with you in 2 weeks. He wanted to give me a diabetic pill for nerve damage in your feet. Now, why he wanted to give me a nerve damage pill that is for your feet, for the nerve in my face, it was so bad that if I took my finger and I didn't even, look, I'm not even touching, just the heat from my finger, it would go, it would be like an electrical shock, my whole fucking face. I had 2 teeth pulled out right here, 2 teeth, okay? And when I got this tooth pulled out, now I do got implants here, I just can't afford to get the crowns. I'm trying to save my money to do that. I've already told you. You can see here's another one. I got an implant here. I got to get that crown for it. But anyway, when I had this tooth pulled out, it randomly and successfully went away. But for some unusual kaleidoscopic fucking situation, it has now came back. Now, I do have a popping jaw. I've had that since I was about 19 or 20. And before, when I would chew on this side and eat, my jaw would snap and it would go straight up into my temple, and it felt like somebody took the nerve and pulled it apart. So now it feels like right here, okay, right here on where I'm pushing with my thumb, if I push real hard, and it's coming from my neck, if I push real hard right here, I can feel going up into my temple and then down into here. So right now, as I'm moving my head around, it actually hurts, okay? And I'm telling you, I set in a doctor's appointment to go see a neurologist, and the pain that I'm having, it will literally drive you to the deepest depression that you can have. I'm dead serious. I've read articles about this pain, and I don't think I have this situation, but right behind your ear here, okay, right here, I guess in this area, there's a nerve that controls these two nerves right here. All right? So what the deal is right here, that nerve is being pinched, and they got to cut this part of your skull out, get inside there, and put a cushion between the nerve and the temple or something in there to relieve the pressure right here. I don't think I got that, but I was reading about it when I was researching it, and I forgot what they call that. But there's been more people that has committed suicide from that situation than there has from people actually getting medical care to fix it. So I called the doctor's office, and hopefully they'll be calling me back and I can figure it out. So there's my problem. That's the situation my friend Pete's going through right now. And like I said, for some oddball reason, and it might be from the way I've been sleeping at night. It might be. A lot of your shoulder pain and headaches, like if you get a headache in the temple or you get neck pains, is normally from the way you sleep at night. Because what it does is you might be in a very, very deep sleep, and then you don't even know it, but you're contortioned and you're turned at stupid, oblique ways of nature that will pinch the nerves, and then it takes months for it to actually go back into, Somebody told me that I should go see a chiropractor. Well, I'm going to go see a neurologist first. Anyway, we're getting a little bored here. We're not here to whine and cry and talk about my friend Pete's problems. We are here about greediness. We already went over that. And then we got a big job out there that we're going to do a walk around. And hopefully it's going to be a beautiful walk around. So let's go outside. I actually got the camera turned around the opposite way. I should have turned it around the other way. But we're going to do the best we can. And then we're going to go ahead and end this little video and say some final words. So let's walk outside and see what we got. So what we're going to talk about is we're talking about our Rustang. And I got a whole video set on the Rustang that I am going to be posting step by step. But we just got done doing all the rust on the rear of the Mustang. And I would not say that it was as bad as doing the rust on the front of the Mustang, but I will say that it was almost just as bad. So we're going to go ahead and open this hood up. Let's see if we can get that open. And we're going to give everybody a little bit of a walk around of what's going on here. So when we got the car in, it was a rusted car from New Jersey. It was a piece of shit. The first thing I had to do is take it to get sandblasted because it was so rusted and rotted from sitting out in the back of this other shop that ripped the guy off for $10,000 or $12,000. The other shop actually sold all his body parts. The only thing that he actually delivered to me was that door, the body, and then the wrecked door on the other side. And then, of course, So we had the T-bone door that he sent, and then that door, and then the body. But all the bolt-on body parts, the front end parts, everything else was gone. He said that the owner of the body shop that he took it to sold all his body parts. So the first thing that we did is we completely removed the shock tower inner fender assembly, complete on both sides. The front core support, complete. The lower tie bar, complete. We got the two strut assemblies, complete. We got a complete firewall that we replaced. Inner and outer cowling, complete. We had to buy an aftermarket hood for it. All of the latch system we had to replace complete. we had to get used fenders. These are factory used fenders, complete. Let's see if we can get down in here. We had to put the torque boxes complete, all right? Over here on this section here, we're walking around. If you can look right here, we had to replace this section, and then we came in here like this. Let me get that door open. All right? This car was extremely T-boned right here in the A-pillar. So we replaced this section here. We replaced all this section down here. We went ahead and replaced the rocker panel was crushed in. We went ahead and replaced it right to here. And then to top it all off, and you can see when I had it all apart, I went ahead and painted everything red inside so it would be painted red and we wouldn't have any bare metal action going on. We went ahead and put a complete full floor in it, and then inner rocker on this side, and then the seat pedestals, inner and outers. So that was basically the first go around, which was approximately almost 8 years ago. Then the owner kind of got in a stickle, and he couldn't afford to do any more work at the time, and I started doing other jobs. We put the car out in the back, and then finally, after I got caught up with all the other jobs, because, I mean, you know, I'm in the middle of working on other cars here. Okay, so I can't just randomly tell other people, hey, fuck off. The guy with the Mustang's got money now. I'm going to go ahead and do his car. I can't do that. The guy didn't have the funds at the time. I was a nice guy. We talked about it. I kept his car for him until he got the funds to go ahead and start after I got the jobs out. So he had to get back in line. Does that make sense? He had to get back in line. So he finally got back in line, and then we went ahead and ordered both full quarter panels, inner and outer fender wells, the complete full floor system for the trunk, and yeah, that's about it. So what you're looking at here, you're looking at brand new quarter panel. I just got done putting that on. And I will say this quarter panel and the other one are the best aftermarket quarter panels I have ever used in my life. I didn't have to do any type of modification whatsoever to these quarter panels. They went on perfect. They fit very, very tight, tighter than a tight glove, and everything lines up awesome. You can see that right there. We need to do a little bit of work in this area. But when the extensions are on there, everything lines up great. It's going to need a little bit of filler around this edge right here on the extension. That's pretty common and normal. But look at the body line, and you can see, all right, now come on over here and let's look at this one. And you can see that this lines up awesome. Now, here's a little tech tip, and this is in the video set when I start uploading. This is the factory seam from the factory. It's got a weld up here and a weld down here. If you are restoring a classic vintage car like this that's worth a lot of money, and you can save this section right here, do it. That's the first thing that a professional collector will look at to see if this quarter panel has been replaced. You can see where I cut it out and I fit it in there. That's very important. Another thing is this section right here. When you have a section, this line, look how tight. I want everybody to look at that. That thing fits tighter than a glove. Look at that. There's not a gap there, and it looks perfect. It's unbelievable. These quarter panels are the very first quarter panels I have ever purchased, aftermarket quarter panels, that fit better than factory, and I'm not bullshitting. Now, the company that they're from, I want to show everybody this. It's from a company called MuscleCarGT. And I'm going to have to show it to you upside down because we got trash in there. But if you can look at the box, there it is right there. All right, MuscleCarGT, and they sell everything from General Motors, Chrysler, Mopar to Ford. These are the best fitting parts that you will ever get for your automobile. I thought that AMT was the best. It's either AMT or ATM. I almost had a heart attack when I put these quarter panels on. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. And these are not Dynacorn. These are not Dynacorn quarter panels. These are specifically made by that company over there and distributed by that company. They will not put a Dynacorn name on their box. They will not put ATM on their box or AMT. They will not put anything on their box. If you want their part, it will have their name on it. I will be buying all my parts from MuscleCarGT from now on. The owner bought these hinges. These are aftermarket hinges. And I don't know where he got them, but for some oddball reason, these are the very first hinges that I have ever installed, aftermarket hinges, that actually work almost perfect. We still need to do some adjustment. We still need to get it where it's supposed to be sitting a little better than what we're looking at right here, but that's no big deal. That'll take about an hour, hour and a half. So I went ahead and put this quarter panel on first. And I was just shocked. I was amazed that it fit. I mean, I don't even know what to tell you. I'm exhausted over it. We went ahead and did the floors. And they were aftermarket, but I've never really had any problem with the floors. And you can see there's that side there, and then we got this side over here. All right. We had to put this section back here. I don't know if you can see that in there. That extension, the tail panel extension, we had to replace that. And then one more thing the owner wanted to request, and if you're a Mustang guy out there and you got to do this type of extreme rust repair, I suggest that you actually buy these. We're going to go ahead and turn it around. And I want everybody to look over there. That's called a mini tub. But these mini tubs that you're looking at, they are specifically designed to use your factory interior. I installed these on here. I'm very, very happy with this product. It's called Mustangs to Fear. That's the name of the company that makes these. They were semi-easy to install. Once you got the hang of how it went in there, they went in there really quick and really easy. It comes with everything, and everything works out awesome. So if you're restoring an old Mustang, think about getting some of these mini tubs, because I'm telling you, they're awesome. And let me grab a flashlight. We're going to look inside that fender well. I want to show you how much room's up in there. Now, the owner wanted these, which at first I was like, man, I don't want to fuck with that shit. I don't want to do it. Just let me put the factory ones in. But after I put them in, I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers are actually pretty nice. So let me turn my light on. And I still have to do all the seam sealing on this whole car. Now, I went ahead and got some seam sealer, and I'm going to show you that seam sealer. And we got to use two types of seam sealer. I got to use brushable seam sealer and then, of course, caulking seam sealer. And you'll see all that in the video. I haven't done any seam sealing to this car whatsoever yet. I thought I was going to have to get it sandblasted again when we had it sitting around for so long, but it ended up we don't have to, so that's good for the owner and me as well. But I want to show everybody, look at the room inside this fender well. It's just amazing. You do have to remove right here, you have to remove the bumper stopper. Okay, the bumper stopper has got to be removed. You got to do some floor trimming, and then you install them. But, I mean, these things, you know, they're well worth the money. The place is called Mustangs to Fear, and if you get a chance, I think they make them from 1965 to 1972. So, yeah, they're worth the money. I don't know how much the owner paid, but once again, And let me get the light in here. All right, there you go. You see, yeah, they're worth the money, people. Do it. So, what's the next thing that we're going to do to our 68 Mustang? And let me go down here. Can I go ahead and show you this? I kept all this because I'm going to make a big pile and I'm going to post it on Facebook. And then, of course, it's going to be in the video set. But we're getting a sneak peek. Look at all the rotted, rusted out junk that I took off of this car. Look at this. And that's just one side of the car. Here's that stopper. All right, this is just one side of the car. If we walk around, let's go ahead and walk around here. I want to show you this, okay? Look at this. This is the other side of the car. So we got a lot of rotted, rusted crap that we took off this car. Is this thing the Rustang? Should we still keep calling it Frankenstang? I'm going to leave it up to you guys, and you let me know, my friend Pete. We had to weld some holes up here. Somebody took a slide hammer, and they drilled them out and pulled them out, and then left them there and just bonded them up. So there's still a couple little holes I got to spot weld. But yeah, the Rustang's coming along. One thing that I'm not happy with, I'm going to go ahead and set this here, and I'm going to show you the final and last metalwork job that we have to do to this car is this door. Now, I told you that this thing was T-boned over here. I have never, ever been happy hanging this door. I had endless nights of no sleep thinking about this fucking door because that's just how I am. But we finally got a door that came off a 1968 Mustang, not a fastback, but a Mustang. And we found out through our research that the 68 Mustang door is different than a 67 and a 69. It has to be a 68 door to actually fit properly. The door that I had before was a 67. I bought from my friend. I paid for it myself. The owner didn't pay for it. I told him, if it doesn't work, you don't have to pay for it. So I went ahead and spent the 250 bucks on that door. I put it on the car. It fit like shit. It was very, very depressing for many, many years until I found this door 7 years later or 6 years later. And I was scared shitless when I bolted it on. But it bolted on and it came out super nice, a lot nicer than the 67. And if I shut that, you can see that it lines up almost perfect. We got a big gap up on top here and a smaller gap down here. What we're going to do, and then there's a gap, the gap on the bottom isn't correct. The fender is pretty clean. But what we're going to do to fix that, because when I run into problems like this, when I run into these type of problems, I probably take 3 or 4 days, a week off, and I'll just try to go in my head and think, how can I fix that? What's the easiest way to fix this? What do I got to do to fix this gap or this door, whatever's going on? And it'll finally come to me. I'll walk past the car, I'll look at it, I'll think of this, I'll think of that. What I'm going to do that I came to the conclusion of, now what I was going to do is I was going to cut this section off right here, and then I was going to get some 18 gauge steel, and then I was going to add it on and then roll it over. I was also going to add to the inner shell so I can add to it to make this, close this gap up. But I thought, that's a lot of work. So why don't I do this, my friend Pete? Why don't I go ahead and buy a door skin, and I will take the pieces off the door skin that I need to make this gap nice and clean. So we got a door skin coming. I notified the owner, and the door skin's on its way. Another thing that was rotted out, couldn't save, is this drip rail section right here. Now, the problem you have with these drip rails, and they're actually pretty expensive, is that you have to buy both left and right complete. I mean, there's nothing I can do, okay, guy? It's not my fault. If you want the car fixed right, you got to buy the shit so we can fix it. So we had to get the drip rail sections, and I was going to go ahead and make my own piece here, but this is rotted out, and it's very thin metal, And I said, look, dude, the only way we're going to fix that is we're going to have to get the drip rail. So this comes in 4 sections. Actually, when you get them, it's 2, but it's spot welded right here, so it's actually 4. I'm going to take the spot welds off here, and then I will replace this section onto the car, and then this will be done. Now, we got all the rust. There's no rust in this car. It's gone. All the rust is completely gone. This is 100% rust-free. It's got some surface rust. After I pour 15 it and paint it all black where the bottom of the vehicle is, it's rust-free 100%. Probably better than factory. I don't know. Okay? I'm not going to sit here and say that. I try to do the best I can when I work on these cars. There's companies out there to do this type of work that I'm doing. They're charging $125, $150 an hour and getting it. They got 10 employees. All right? I'm not charging that much labor. I'm doing this shit by myself. It's a one-man operation. And that's one of the specialty deals you got when you find a guy like me to do the work for you, is that you have the satisfaction in knowing that I'm the only motherfucker that's going to put hands on this car. The only other person that will put their hands on this car is Minnie the Body Shop Girl, and that's basically only to block sand. So what I do at my shop is very, very intensive work. I work alone now. I don't have any employees. I don't want any fucking employees. And I work at my own pace, which is basically just like I always have. I'm usually not doing something 7 days a fucking week. But when you ask a guy like me to restore your car, and I can't restore them all. I get calls 10 or 15 a week. I want you to restore a 58 Chevy. I got a 63 Impala. I got a 65 Mustang. I got a Street Beast. I don't know how many calls I get for fiberglass Street Beast cars. I can't take them all. I can't do them all. I'm 60 years old, okay? I got fucking nerve problems in my face. I'm depressed. My situation isn't fucking good. I got fucking knees that are going out. They won't even give me a fucking knee replacement. I'm standing on my feet all fucking day long, working on this shit. By the time 7, 8 o'clock rolls around, when I'm done working at night, when I sit down on the couch, I have to literally pick myself up, push myself up, because my knees are so fucked up and they will not give me a knee replacement. I don't even know if I want a knee replacement. That's a 50-50 situation right there. You know, it could go 50% good or 50% bad. You know, and I don't want to walk around with crutches or canes all my life. If I got to live with this pain, then fuck it, you know. I don't know what to say. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete. You're not the only one that's got problems, buddy. You're not the only one that is out there in the world thinking, why me? We got a guy out there, his name's Scott. He owns a 55 Volkswagen Bug. He just had major surgery on his back. I think he's had 4 surgeries already. I don't know how old he is. I think he's around my age, a little older, a little younger. Who gives a shit? He's basically bedridden, home-ridden. He can't do nothing. He can't go anywhere. I'm restoring his 65 Bug for him. 55 Beetle. And I never hear him complain once. I never hear him bitch about it. I hear him talk about it, but I never, ever hear him bitch. So he's got more nutsack than I got, I guess, because I bitch and complain a lot. And I'm not telling you this about my fucking face right here, right now. Right now, as we're talking, this motherfucker is hurting like hell. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been holding it back while we're doing this video. But I'm telling you this, and I'm doing all this to show you that you're not alone. We got depression. We got medical, mental. We got a lot of situations going on. One thing that we got going on in the world right now is greed, selfishness, and lazy asses. That'll all catch up with these people. These fucking lazy motherfuckers out there in the world, that's all going to catch up because it's going to come to an end. It's not going to last forever. But right now it is. And the only thing we can do is think about ourselves and do what we got to do to make ourselves the winner. Because if we're not making ourselves the winner, anybody else that you have in your life that you love and take care of, they will be losers with you. So don't be that lazy ass. Don't be that fucking loser. Do what you got to do to get her done and go down the road. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, putting in mini tubs and quarter panels and full floors and trunk floors and cowlings and everything else that goes along with it, and saying, I did a hell of a fucking job and I'm proud of myself and I didn't rip the guy off. We'll see you later.